Aloha, kids. This is Auntie D, and I want to tell you a story that is in this book. It was written by Tad Hills, and the book is called Duck and Goose Go to the Beach. Let's see what happens. Duck wants to go on an adventure, but Goose is not so sure. All right, let's lays it down. Here we go. Don't you just love it here, Duck? Goose honked. The two friends relaxed in the early morning sun and listened to the hum of the meadow. Butterflies flitted and grass switched in the breeze. Yes, I do, Duck agreed. Let's never leave, said Goose. They're having such a ball right there, just relaxing. Okay. Suddenly, Duck jumped up. You just gave me the greatest idea, Goose, he quacked. Let's leave. Let's go away. A what? Goose honked. Away. Let's take a trip. I think he needs to get away. Now, Goose gulped. A trip? A trip sounds far away. I like close. We could go on an adventure, Duck said. An adventure? That sounds scary, Goose honked. Come on, Goose. A hike might be fun, Duck quacked. A hike? Said Goose. That sounds like a fine way to twist your ankle. Look at, he already twisted it without even hiking. Now, Duck sighed. He gazed across the meadow toward a distant hill and began walking. Goose followed. I will walk, but I will not hike, he grumbled. Did not want to hike. Oh my gosh, look at this. Why would anyone want to leave the meadow? Goose wondered aloud. It has everything right here, like this stump, this hollow log, our ball, of course, the gurgling stream, the lily pond, and don't forget the shady thicket. See all those wonderful things he loves? Duck and Goose floated along a stream, and they'd never floated along before. They walked by a pile of stones that they had never walked by before, and past the biggest tree they had ever seen. They walked across the fields and up and down hills. Boy, they're having fun, huh? You think? Let's see. Here we are. He's looking pretty sleepy, I think. Okay. By the time Goose reached the top of the highest hill, Duck was already gazing off into the distance. What's that? He quacked. Can you see what he's looking at? Could it be the beach? Goose honked. Duck's tail twitched with excitement. I'm pretty sure that I love the beach. You've been to the beach? Asked Goose. No, not yet, said Duck, and he took off down the hill. Follow me, Goose. We are going to the beach. Looks like fun. Have you been to the beach? Goose chased after Duck. But Duck, we already had our adventure, he called. Wait, he shouted. Slow down, he honked. But Duck did not slow down. Goose followed him through the brambles and the tall grass, and finally, Duck stopped. I think we have arrived at the beach, said Duck. Here we go. Let's see the beach. Oh my, The beach is loud, yelled Duck over the sound of the waves. I can barely hear my own quack. Look at all that water standing in the sand. Oh dear, the beach has so much water, quacked Duck. I feel tiny. Have you ever seen so much sand? Honked Goose. It's getting in my feathers and it's too hot on my feet, said Duck. Let's go. Go swimming? Good idea, Duck, said Goose, and he raced to the water's edge. Gonna have some fun now. So let's see. Here's Duck saying, "No, Goose, wait for me." Duck dipped his hot feet in the water. Goose, you know these waves are very what? Very, let's see what very. Oh my gosh. There they go. These waves are very fun. Is that what you were going to say, Duck? Honked Goose. No, not exactly. He's all covered in dirt and sand, and I don't think he's having that much fun right now, do you think? Look at poor old guy. The two friends strolled along the beach. They met the locals. Some were friendly, these little birds. Others were not. That crab, not too good. He's crabby. Some were shy, like the clam, and others were not. Boy, that bird is squawking. Goose thought Duck might enjoy searching for sea creatures under the rocks and seaweed. He did not. Be careful, Goose. You don't know what's in there, Duck quacked. You see, they're in a little tide pool looking for stuff. They built a drip castle. Looks like a sand castle. And they listened to the gentle roar of the ocean from deep within a seashell. It made Duck homesick. It sounds just like our gurgling stream, he quacked. There he is with that seashell on his ear. Okay. Later in the day, when the sand had cooled and the waves had settled, Duck and Goose relaxed. I like the smell of the beach, Goose said. Me too, Duck agreed, but not as much as the meadow. Well, there's no place like the meadow, honked Goose. That's very true, said Duck. Meadow's different. It is relaxing. So in the late afternoon, Duck and Goose followed their long shadows home. They talked about their exciting day and about the friends they had met. They talked about the hot sand and the cool water, the noisy crashing waves, and the quiet tidal pools. There they are, walking home. Back in the meadow at last, they watched the sunset. Birds sang and grass swished in the breeze. They both agreed that it was nice to be home. Duck, where should we go next? Goose asked. Duck closed his eyes. How about going to sleep? Tired, long day. That's the end of this book. Hope you like that story. These books are available right here at Kona Stories in Keauhou. Come on down and see what we have.